Hey everybody, this is Carla with Cobweb Corner, and I am getting ready for the Steel City Stitchers retreat in Pittsburgh. Today is Tuesday and I am leaving Thursday morning, and I just thought I'd share what I'm packing. Last year was my first time at a retreat, and I also went to the Steel City Stitchers retreat, and I learned that I really don't need to bring as much as I thought I did. So I just have a standard suitcase. I'm just going to bring one suitcase. And the biggest item I'm bringing is my lap frame. This is a sit-on frame by, what is it, Kay's Craft? Yes, Kay's Craft. And I really like that. I don't use that at home anymore. I used to use it exclusively, but I use this in the camper, and it's perfect for retreats. What I do is sit away from the table a little bit, and I sit on this part, and this part comes up, and then I don't have any of my stitching itself on the table other than the pattern. So I have to back up a little in order to use this, but that has worked out fine. I cannot stitch in hand. I just can't do it. So I like to have this as an option to use when I go on retreats, and it works perfectly. Then my lighting, I have really bad eyes. So lighting is an absolute must for me, and my main light that I use, and I'm sorry, I don't know what brand this is, I'm just going to set it in here, is this clip-on light. And it does require power. It's not chargeable, but which is fine because they give us power. They're really good at it at Steel City Stitchers Retreat. But that can clip either on my hoop or on my stand. And I can put that right on top of what I'm stitching, and it works really, really well. This is another thing that I use when we're in our camper, so that I get good lighting. Just in case that breaks or stops working or I need more light, I also have this tabletop light. And I like this a lot, but I have to get too close to the table really to use it. But it goes like this and it turns on. This is a chargeable light, and it's got 3 levels of brightness. And I've got it charged, and I can charge it in the room at night if I need to. Last year I ended up not using it, but I lent it out to someone at my table, but I don't want to be without light, without extra light, because I just have a lot of difficulty if I don't have a lot of light. So see how many times I can say a lot of light. So I've got that, and that will just stay right. Oops, that's one thing I don't like about it, is it turns on and off by touching this, and you're constantly touching that. So I don't really like the way it turns on and off, but I just keep it in its original packaging, and then I'll put clothes and stuff on top of it, and it should stay just fine. Because I need power, I do bring an extension cord. Last year we sat at round tables, and there was a power outlet underneath every table, and we had no issues with everybody getting to the electricity. But since I need to have at least 2 things plugged in, I bring an extension cord, and I plug it in underneath the table, and then I run it to my chair, and then I can plug in my light, my clip-on light, and my iPad, because my iPad has all of my patterns loaded. Again, because of my eyes, I need to have I need to be able to really blow up my patterns. So I scan them in as PDF, and then I use usually Goodreader to work from. Then I've got my charts. So I'm going to do a new start, and I am going to stitch Seasonal Courier Blackbird's Autumn by Robin Pickens. These are new designs, and I'm going to give that a start. I've got my Nurge hoop, and then I've got everything kitted up in my floss end system, and I don't think she makes these anymore, but I actually love this system. You just wrap your floss around these little spools, and they go in here. This one I think holds 15 or 14 skeins of thread, but I have these, whatever you call these, holders that hold a lot more, and then I think I have one that holds just 10. But I really, really like this system. You just wrap your floss around the spool, and then you have a little card here that's got the symbol number, and I write the color on it too. And then you just pull your thread up through the center here, and it all stays in one place, and it's all covered with plastic. So if I were happen to spill on here, I've got a pretty good chance that I would not ruin a lot of my floss because of the plastic. And the other nice thing is it keeps the cat hair off of my floss, and it keeps the cats from grabbing an entire skein of floss, although they have been known to pull and unwind it a little bit. And then it has a spot to hold my scissors and my needles, and I've got 3 needles there and 1 more in my project bag, so hopefully I won't lose more than 3 needles. So that's my main project I'm going to work on, and that will go in this project bag. And then I have a kit that I started a long time ago, and I thought as a second project I'm just going to bring it and work on it. Instead of, I have some big projects I'm working on right now, Dressmaker's Daughter by Mirabilia and Garden Fair by Courtney Creations, and those are just too big to bring to a retreat. So I have this kit that I've already started. It is called Sweet Spring by M Designs, and it came with this gingham fabric, and it's already carded, kind of a mess, but that'll work. And so I'm going to work on that. Hopefully, I may just work, and I'm pretty monogamous stitcher, so I may just work on the one project. Then I've got a little packet with all of the scissor fobs that I'm using to, those will be my table gifts for the people sitting at my table with me. And I've got a water bottle because I very much don't want to have open drinks at the table. So if this were to tip over, just a little bit would fall out, but I would be devastated if I spilled something on my table mates' projects. And I don't like to sit at tables that have a ton of food at them either. We all eat at the table, but there are some tables that are just covered in snacks and stuff. And that's not for me, because I like to keep my hands clean. I usually take a wet wash rag down with me from the room so that I can constantly wipe my hands off and keep things clean. But you know, a few snacks, of course, is fine and expected. Then I have this bag that I got in one of my Black Needle Society boxes. I actually have 2 of these bags. One's a Halloween one, and then this one is gardening, or no, baking. Yeah, baking. And this works perfectly. Everything will fit in here. Both of my project bags, my lights, both of my lights, and my lap frame will fit in here. And then I use this to go back and forth from the room to the stitching room, from my hotel room to the stitching room. I really, really like this. It packs super well. I can use it as a protectant for my light, but it almost has too many pockets. There are just pockets everywhere. And what I found last year was I couldn't find what I was looking for. So I would just be like, I know I have an extra pair of glasses, but I cannot find them. So what I ended up doing was putting most of the stuff in the center and using just the zippered pocket and the inside pocket, and tried to keep it to that. But I just couldn't figure out how to know where I put stuff. There is this nice zippered pocket here too that I can put like my whatever project I'm not working can reside in there. But this is perfect for going back and forth from my hotel room to the stitching room. Then I'm going to bring the pattern. This is the pattern for attending the retreat. I have not started it, and I'm not sure that I'm going to, but I'm bringing it. And then I'm going to bring a copy of Bee Farm by Erin Elizabeth, sorry, not Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, Erin Elizabeth Designs. This is our upcoming SAL with Erin and myself and Helen D. And the sales for that are next week. So I'm going to bring this and try to promote the stitch along and see if we can get some more people to join us. Then I've got my iPad. which has my patterns on it, and that will be in my carry-on. And then I've got one medium-sized packing cube and a smaller packing cube with clothing in it. And then I'll have a makeup bag that will go in my carry-on with my makeup stuff, cosmetic things, and my medications. And that's it. So I know I packed a lot more last year, and I can't remember what it was that I packed. So if you're watching this and you're like, Carla, don't forget to take such and such, then please post a comment below. If you're going to the Steel City Stitchers retreat, please come and find me and introduce yourself. I would love to meet you, and I am really looking forward to it. I'm super excited. I hope the weather and travel goes well, and I will try to post some photos and give some updates while I'm at the retreat. So let me know what you think, and thanks for watching, and happy stitching. Bye-bye.